Friends, sisters, brothers, this month has been a painful reminder of the inequities and injustices that exist in our society. I'd like to acknowledge that we are currently on unceded Algonquin Anishinaabe territory, and as we work and mobilize for progress as activists, we have to keep in mind that that work is taking place on stolen land. June is National Indigenous Peoples History Month, and as we've now passed 1 year since the publication of the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Report, with no concrete action on the part of this government to address this national tragedy, we must acknowledge the need for reform in our justice and economic systems, and in how we view each other, treat each other, and empathize with one another. We must continue to amplify marginalized voices and pressure our elected leaders for change and action on issues of inequity, as well as working to become that change in our own lives. The recent tragedies, the deaths of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Regis Korchinski-Paquette, Caleb Tubila Nyoko, and countless other Black lives lost, have re-exposed a historic wound in the fabric of our society. The systemic oppression and murder of Black, Indigenous, and racialized people. An injury to one is an injury to all has been a slogan and a rallying cry that has powered and driven our labor movement since our inception. We have to apply that same thinking that leads us to stand up for our fellow workers to also stand up for equity-seeking and marginalized groups. We have to bring the solidarity that is the foundation of our movement to how we address discrimination, racism, and all forms of injustice as they exist in our workplaces, in government policy and responses, and in our communities. We have to stand up. We have to speak out. We have to call out racism for what it is: ugly, hateful, and it should have no place in our world. I'd now like to invite you to read a statement from the co-chairs of the PSAC-NCR Racially Visible Action Committee, Joanne Robinson and Antoine Gomis. We've also included links to a press release from June 5th, as well as a statement from UNE's National Equity Representative for Racialized People, Haley Millington. Black lives matter. Indigenous lives matter. Solidarity.